Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and you will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is caring. I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't done a actual review of a movie slash TV show in a while. I guess that's what it's called, or some kind of soap opera. It's called The Polygamist, okay? But what I'm confused about is it's saying series on the TV as a description. So are there more episodes? It's kind of weird because one of the main characters goes on the blurb. And we're about to start with that and how the show opens up. So the show opens up with a devastated wife going to a casket with a man laying in it. And his name happens to be Jonas. And Jonas is a motherfucker, as she calls him. But, child, let's get into it. Joyce, this lady who calls her husband a motherfucker. The episode opens up by rewinding from the beginning to the end. Did I call it an episode? Okay. So maybe they do their series like telenovelas, where once a season ends, that's the end of it. But I hope not, because this is some marvelous actors, in my opinion. So we have Joyce, Matipa, and Pume. Child, I might be killing these names. Magesh and Mazinga. So Joyce is the long-suffering wife. Matipa is the whore. And Pume is the daughter. Sarah is another daughter, surprisingly. We're going to get to that. And Mazinga is the son. Like I said, I may be butchering these names. But Jonas is the main character, I would say. He is the anarchist of the group. And he decides he's going to take on 3 wives. Now, y'all, here's the deal for me. I don't know if polygamy works, because in this movie, it was just drama. He marries one lady named Joyce. She's the matriarch of the family. Joyce's mom lives with them, which is a disaster in and of itself, because these women who live with their mothers have a tendency on these movies and shows and stuff. The mothers have a tendency to be little jackasses. Joyce has a baby, right? And then we have Magesh, who is the brother to Jonas, and he brings in the whore, Matipa. But she has her eyes on the prize, and her prize is Jonas. And Jonas cannot resist a good cougar, okay? So he meets her, they fall in whatever they fall into, and he buys her a home. They live in this home together. Joyce goes over there to remind him that they are going to renew their vows, and drama ensues from there. She sees the passports where they're supposed to be going out of town. I guess he forgets all about his promise to her by doing the anniversary. And a year later, they live happily ever after. But I want to talk, boy, I was sharing Joyce on every time she did something back to him that made me happy. I just knew that was the end of them. But the drama ensues because she goes over there, as when he first started having an affair, she whoops her ass at the at the beauty shop, and then she said, "Fuck it, I'm taking these damn kids over there with him," because she knows she just had a baby when he started having this affair. So she starts to internalize things, thinking that the affair started because of the pregnancy, and which is her crazy ass mama puts in her head. Now, Joyce is a lifestyle expert. So back to the passport. She see the passports. She just set the passports on fire, which was really what she wanted to do. But the whole house catches on fire. while they in there, just in the shower, just get in the tub, just don't know what's going on, just bounce, 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 bounce. And so, house burns up. Matipa, she should have known then that he was gonna have some type of connection with Joyce because she burns up the house. I mean, he gets mad at her when she calls the police. So don't do that to my wife. Don't do that to my wife. Now, mind you, Jonas is not a fine man. I mean, he has a bald head. He has stacked up teeth, man boobs, and man hips. And sorry about that, lady hips. Big old childbearing hips, honey. And so he's not attractive at all. But he has built an empire. So when people build empires, they have a tendency to be very, very attractive. But we have to know, like, it's like a certain other orange person that I know of. But things progress, and Matipa thinks that she's the new wife, as they often do. And then she realizes that Jonas has no intentions of leaving Joyce. He and Joyce get back together. Joyce thinks they're living happily ever after. Then all of a sudden she says, I don't want it. There's another thing. I'm thinking Joyce is, she's ready. I was like, yeah, come on, Joyce. And she goes to the hospital and she decides that she's going to get her tubes tied. While at the hospital, the doctor, who is very unprofessional, comes and say, oh, these Gomorrah women. Now, mind you, these people by the last name, go by the last name Gomorrah. Oh, you Gomorrah women, y'all are something else. Y'all keeping this hospital open today. So, here we go. She goes down the hall, finds out that Matipa has had a set of twins, right? But he's still in the home. So, Joyce comes up with this brilliant idea, and here's what the polygamist comes in at. Because remember, at first, it was just an affair. But now, we have two wives involved. So, Joyce says, he's never going to leave Matipa alone. Let me go back to our traditional South African ways, tribal ways, and let him take on another wife. So, he marries Matipa, or her pretty self. Now, Matipa is very, very beautiful. Joyce is beautiful as well, but, young. You got youth versus middle age. And you know how men are about their youthful cooter. Now, mind you, his old thing is aging right along with Joyce. But we have this other family. Let's talk about Magesh's family. Now, Magesh is allegedly having an affair as well. He's having an affair with Matipa. Remember, I said that she had her eyes on the prize. And she tells him she's going to leave him alone. He's not the one. Going back over there with his wife, Essie, right? So, Joyce goes and confides in Essie. She's like, how do you put up with Magesh? All the time. I'm like, why the hell is Magesh taking her Essie money, saying this is money from your father? Just talking to, about Sarah. And I was like, what in the hell is going on here? So Magesh always has this money, right? And I'm like, why does he have envelopes full? As the word before, I was so rudely interrupted. Magesh always taking money to Sarah. I'm like, if they're married, why the hell is he taking her money like they're separated or something? But we about to find out. Well, as the days and seasons goes along, we meet Essie. Essie is a very heavy-set, very ethnic woman. Okay? When I say ethnic, I mean she's more in tune with the more tribal lifestyle of South Africa. Because South Africa is divided up basically by wealth. So when you have the rich Negroes, which is so much like America, you have them kind of living in the suburbs with the, as they would say, with the upper crust. And then you have those poor people, and they more so lived in the ghetto. Well, this is called Soweto for them. You remember that Serafina? Every time I hear that word, I heard that word in this, the word Soweto in that movie. I mean, in that show, it reminded me of Serafina. But anyway, so we have them, and she decides that she wants to stay with the people. So didn't I tell y'all we was about to find out? Well, this is why Sarah, new player in the game, has been so jealous of Mpume. We find out that Sarah is actually Jonas's kid. Then we get the history and the backstory on Jonas and Essie, who decided to stay in the ghetto, but he did upgrade a home. But see, the thing about Essie and Jonas that made it different with all the other wives is that he could be himself with her. His average, where I grew up with, my down home chick, homegirl, which was Essie himself. Because she brought out the fun side of him. He didn't have to be uptight. He didn't have to worry about the business, button up, and go to the clubs in the hood and be with old girl. Well, he screws the mess out of her. And I'm like, what the hell? He's going to wife too of Magash. Comes find out he and Essie married right after he and Joyce. So a lot of people are calling Essie the first wife. I'm not going to call her the first wife because he never asked her to marry him before he went off to school. And there was a certain loyalty to Essie because she paid for his schooling. How did he keep up the facade of having them as a second family? But, now mind you, this facade lasted 18 years. Not 8 years, excuse me, 18 years. Because Sarah and Mpume are close in age. How did he keep it up? I have no idea. It was very weird. Because I would have been, you think he would have slept as harsh as he was. So, slipped off with some cooter in front of Joyce. Now, mind you, the whole time Joyce thinking they just, in-laws or whatever. Well, it comes out, like I said, and then guess who is the person that tells it? Sarah, because she's so filled with hate and jealousy. She's so filled with hate and jealousy, she even sleeps with Mpume's old boy Bones in the house. Poor Mpume. Beautiful girls. And speaking of beautiful girls, let me tell you how you know that we are of kin to these women. These women have rotund booties. And who else has rotund booties? American black women. And the killing part about having rotund booties about us American black women is that I don't get where these black Israelites come from. They supposed to be indigenous to Israel. And these foundational Africans are supposed to be indigenous to America. You see our ethnic kinship in this movie. As soon as I saw Mpume's booty shaking when she and I said, and that booty is shaking in a blue jean skirt. And Essie, when she put on her African garb, I was like, why would we deny this? We can't deny this. This is where we get it from. It's in the fucking genes, the DNA. But okay, We foundational. We indigenous to America. We don't look nothing like the indigenous American, but okay. You know who we look like? Them people over in Africa. Israelites. You know who we look like? Them people over in Africa. But if y'all say we from Israel, okay. All right. Even though black people are indigenous to every part of the earth, because we are the original people, my point is they picked us up and got us on the boat from Africa. But people in the now of this. Back to the movie show, whatever it is. So at this point, Joyce is fed up. She wants her revenge. She finds out about this. Now she's like, God damn, I already done took on one way. Now here we go with a third. Well. That is not all. We have another character comes into play. LaDonnie. The beautiful LaDonnie. When I tell you that girl is pretty. And she better not do nothing with that Indian nations or whatever they doing, white nations or whatever they doing over there to bleach their skin. She better not touch that melon. Because that girl is gorgeous. Do you hear me? Her and Matipa. Matipa has those. And that goes to show you we are the originators of people. Because people always say that we are not. But that goes to show you. Look at the slant in Matipa's eyes. We've been telling people from the beginning, we the end original people. That's why we have features from every race. Right? But that's neither here nor there. Nobody believes us. They call us crazy scientists, but I mean, hell, the DNA is very visible. It's visible in everybody except the Caucasoid. Every person of color came from a black woman. I'm gonna say that again, but y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. But you can see in them rotund booties. But anyway, back to LaDonnie. Now LaDonnie has been in the family, right? She is she's a best friend to Mpume. She's a friend to Sarah. But what does she do? She wants something bigger because her mama is low budget. She tired of living low budget. And so she decides she gonna roll up on Jones. Now, mind you, I just want to say that I was totally disgusted in this part, especially because that's a baby. She was a baby, and for me, that was grooming. But she becomes a wife of sorts, so it's 4 wives. She makes 4. I would say 3.5 because I don't remember seeing a ceremony between them. But all the other wives are fed up. Even Essie. So he starts with Joyce, he whoops her ass, and Joyce puts him out. Miguel ships. Then he goes over to Matipa. So Matipa decides she wants to pull some money out of some accounts. Uh-oh. What she do that for? He turns into a violent, vicious dog. And he starts to beat the hell out of her. And I'm talking about beat her ass with a damn belt. A belt, the buckle, whatever part he can get his hands on. She tried to fight back. It was futile. He was outrageous. I thought he was gonna mill her. But she gets fed up. She leaves her twins with Joyce. Here goes Joyce picking up the pieces for everybody. She picks up a piece for Essie. She picks up a piece for Matiba. And the love of everyone's life, LaDonnie, who is also the love of Mazinga's life. Now, Mazinga is I told you I may be butchering these names, forgive me, the eldest son to Jonas. And he has been in love with her since the day he saw her, right? But Jonas saw her rolling her little tail around at that party, and that was enough for him. He had to have her. So, now mind you, Mazinga has told his daddy that he has the biggest crush on LaDonnie. And he tells him, boy, you listen to me, boy. You can have that girl if you want her. All you have to do is show her. Show her you are a man. But Mazinga is a sweet boy, so we think. He goes out the rails because what happened? He sees his father up in the club where he is, depressed about his father again, because Jonas is fucking up lives all up and through the show, movie, whatever it is. And he sees old pops in there getting some head, getting some head. But guess what he is getting the head from? None other than LaDonna herself, child. So we jump ahead some years, and we find out how successful Joyce is, and everything is going good for her. LaDonna is over there stuck with Jonas, because everybody has rejected him. When he went over there to S's house, S's old man, who I think is the one who passed gonorrhea around. Now, mind you, Matiba thought that he got gonorrhea when she found out about LaDonna. She thought the gonorrhea was coming from the little young girl. I think the gonorrhea was coming from S, because S was a hoe. Even though Essie stayed loyal to Jonas, them legs didn't stay closed for him. She was getting her some head, and that little young boy Jonas tried to roll up on that little young boy. Back up, back your ass up. Now, mind you, she doing all this in front of Sarah and Freedom, who are her children. Now, I don't know if I said Freedom's name, but he's an alcoholic. And he and Mazinga are very close. But anyway, after he saw his dad against some head, he went book ass wild. But, Freedom had been telling him he need to sow his wild oats anyway and become more like a Jones type man. Now, mind you, Magesh is over there being sweet, bringing them the presents that Jonas never did, acting like a father figure to him. Next thing you know, Sarah develops a crush on her own uncle. Y'all, I was sick. I was so happy that Magesh was the good man that he was, because he pushed her off of him. I was so scared that he was going to have sex with his niece. That would have been I wouldn't have been able to take, because at this point in the show, movie type, whatever it is, I was so invested. My heart was invested. I felt things in the pit of my stomach. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it was wild. But anyway, so after all this happens, everything is going good for Joyce. She is finally where she needs to be. No other woman will take him on, none of the wives. Matipa's gone. She left the twins with Joyce. Joyce left to pick up the pieces. She raised the twins. And he's over there in Matipa's old house with LaDonna. Now, LaDonna is taking him down through there. She taking him down through there. LaDonna, you whore, he said. You're a whore. She say she in there screwing other men. Now, mind you, he's in denial, only eating soups and berries, because he got the package. Y'all know what the package is, the H to the I to the B. He's in denial, total denial. Starts off with pneumonia with this horrible cough. And we find out how he gets the HIV. But remind you, I just want to say that nobody is aware of how he gets the HIV. It's up in the air about the women. I'm like, does Matiba have HIV? Because he gave them all gonorrhea. So, or Esther gave them all gonorrhea. I'm going to hold to that theory. It was never confirmed. But since I said Esther was a hoe, I think she's the one who was passing the STDs around. Even though Jonas was the biggest hoe of all of them, I think he got it around the time that the diseases were going around. I think he gave it to him. Now, mind you, LaDonna, prior to that, LaDonna was almost caught by Joyce in the first place because she had an abortion. I mean, a miscarriage. And she almost caught her because she was saying who the father name was on that paper. I was so hoping that she saw that damn paper. But mind you, Joyce catches them in the house. That's how she really finds out about him and LaDonna. But now LaDonna has him. They together. And she doing what she want to do. And this is how the woman, the beautiful woman, comes to the door. He can't resist. She's like, oh, I must be lost. No, stay. And we all know when he rubs her leg, you remember how Ray Charles used to rub somebody in the inside of their hand to see if they were pretty. He rubbed that thigh. When he rubbed that thigh, I knew it was all over. He comes to get sick finally, and everything starts to coming to pass. And he passes. When he passes, everything comes out. This whole setup. Well, how he got HIV, how Joyce was the one who had given it to him. Y'all, when I tell you, Joyce was so tired of him because he kept telling her the whole thing was going to separate them to death. And she tried so many times to separate them by death. It never did work. Then she came up with the Grandmaster plan. She found out that she remember at the beginning of the show, which is after he passed away, but that's the beginning. She found out that her cellmate had HIV because he had been cheating on her as well. So they stayed friends. And this is how everything unfolds. She pays her a whole gang of money to go over there to seduce him. She's the one with the pretty thighs. And he running his hand up the pretty thighs, right? He couldn't resist. He has a long night of sex with her. And then Joyce lets him know, I said it all over. You played right into my hands. I knew the thing that you could not resist. I gave you that thing. And the thing you cannot resist is the woman with the big rotund booty. I'm joking. She didn't say that, but hell, I hate. And so, it's all a part of the plan. I told her to give you HIV, and she did. Yeah, your ass got it. And this is why I'm so confused. This is why I'm wondering the whole time that we found out he has HIV, I'm wondering if LaDonna has it. While she in there sleeping with every little man she brings to the house, the filthy house, by the way. Finally, her and Matume have a fight, and I hope Matume really beat her ass, but that she wasn't giving her enough for me. But anyway, yeah, so he has the package. She tells him about how she set him up with HIV. Then she tells him, and I tricked you, my boy who will never be like you. I gave him in your will and had you change everything in the will to give him everything. So this is where I'm wondering what happened. He dies. Issa takes the body. She steals the body. Well, they didn't say that she stole the body because she's the wife. Remember, he's a polygamist. But my understanding of polygamy is that the first wife has more pull. So Joyce goes over there and get that body. Yes, sir. She goes over there and get that body. And this is where she come in with the white dress. So Mapume is very sweet girl. She calls all the siblings up, even Sarah. Even though Sarah has done her dirt, she was able to attend 2 funerals. Joyce's children only was able to attend 1, and Joyce attended the half part where they put the man down off in the ground. But Essie brings her fat tail all up in there with her. Now this is the part where when Joyce let him fall out the chair and die a real mad black woman, and then the part where Essie bring her big ass up in there at the funeral. That reminds me of, I can call it big hell, I'm being myself. But before y'all start getting my comment, fat shame. No, I'm not fat shame. She pisses me off. So when she came to the funeral, this is the part where she almost had the man in the ground, like I said. And so Joyce is like, no, you're gonna pull him up out that damn ground and we're gonna bury him my way. But it wasn't fair that she was able to attend both funerals, not to me. She wanted him buried in Soweto. In my opinion, that's probably where he wanted to be buried anyway. Because, like I said, he had this different kind of kinship to Essie. Excuse my neighbors. He decided he wants to show off his damn pipers. The ghetto. I'm gonna stop talking, let him do his thing. Her down. Knowing his daddy done run up in that nasty hole. And she could possibly have the package. And he's supposed to not be like his dad. Y'all, come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video, because sharing is caring. I tried to make it kind of short because, I want y'all to watch the 22 episodes yourself and get what you can get out of it. Tell me, the things that I missed or the things that you found were more important than what I listed. And I know y'all know some things that I missed that was important because, like I said, I was trying to give more like a actual movie type review. Siskel and Ebert, I was a fan. I was a big fan. So then lets you know they never did. They didn't give 22 minutes they had the ability to break down a movie in like maybe 10, 15 minutes and give you a good synopsis of what they felt happened in the movie to make you want to see it or make you not want to see it. Because to make you not want to see it was thumbs down, right? So, if we're going to give the stars, like I do, I'm giving this show series 5 stars. I very, very rarely give 5 stars. When I do, I very, very rarely give 5 stars when I do review movies. And I'm going to give it 5 stars. All right. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chuck them up. Deuces.